What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon53, the Village Storyteller, though. I'm back again, man. It's story time. Man, this one right here gonna trip you out. Man, this one right here gonna take you around the mulberry bush and back again. Oh, I see y'all checking out that shirt, huh? Huh? Look, what's that? The Foundation Nation. The merch is on point, y'all. The merch is on deck. Their website should be up. Did it today. If it ain't up now, it will be up tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. But the website is up, man. Y'all better come get them. I got the cups, I got the mugs, I got the whole hookup, homie. You know what I'm saying? Here it is here. Come get that Foundation hookup. Support your big partner. But anyway, back to the lesson at hand. This here story here, boy, look here. Hey, I snatched this one out the atmosphere, y'all. Man, so with no further ado, we gonna get right to the story. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna prolong the situation. Man, man, this is a story, man, about a young brother named Deshawn. Man, Deshawn stayed in the middle of the hood. Deshawn was one of them kids, man. He was good at football. He was good. Real good. Now, you know what I'm saying? He was so good that all the older dudes, all the gangbangers and the older dudes in the neighborhood, at one time, Deshawn tried to act like he wanted to be a part of the set. But they knew how good Deshawn was, and they told him, no, homie, this ain't for you, man. This ain't for you. We want you to stay in that football, man. We want you to do your thug thizzle on that field, man. We not finna let you throw your life away hanging out here on the corner with us, man. We real live hood rats. But you got a mission. You got a way out, man. We want you to make it up out of here. So, you know, they made sure that Deshawn was all right. He wasn't getting robbed, jumped on, picked on, none of that. Because they was down with him, man. He was like everybody's little brother. But he wasn't that small, and he wasn't no punk. But anyway, he didn't have to never show his gangsterism because didn't nobody fool with him like that. Man, listen. Deshawn had a high school sweetheart. He had a high school sweetheart named Lyric. And him and Lyric was joined at the hip forever, man. It's like they were inseparable. They were inseparable, man. They met each other in the 7th grade, and from that point on, dang, my little juice made a noise. Like I was saying, they met each other in the 7th grade, and from that point on, they was inseparable. Deshawn's mom, she loved Lyric. You know what I'm saying? Deshawn, he didn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? Father disappeared many moons ago. It was just him and his mom. And he would always tell his mama that he was gonna get her. He was gonna take care of her. He was gonna become a big football star and buy her a house and a car and make sure she didn't ever have to work again. Cause she worked 2 jobs, worked her fingers to the bone to make sure that her and Deshawn had a roof over their head and food on their table. You know? But she didn't really too much like any of the girls that came around. But when she met Lyric, she really, really liked Lyric. Lyric was her darling, darling baby. And she would always tell Deshawn, baby, when you grow up, I want you to marry that girl. Because she going to have your back. She going to be down for you forever, whenever, wherever, with about whoever, you know? So Deshawn would always take it to heart and be like, okay, mama, cool. As time went on, years went on, Lyric was very, very smart. She was very, very smart. She wanted to be an archaeologist. Yeah, that was her thing. She wanted to become an archaeologist. She wanted to be an archaeologist, and Deshawn wanted to be a professional football player. So when they were going through their high school years, everything was good. Everything was okay. You know what I'm saying? It came time to go to college. They both picked a college within state. You know what I'm saying? Within state. So that they could be near the home and they could be around each other. Man, and it seemed like it was going to be a perfect book, you know what I'm saying, a perfect fantasy book relationship. They went through the first year, you know, freshman year of college, you know what I'm saying, sophomore, junior, and they senior year. She had advanced in her studies to the head of the class. You know what I'm saying? She was really making moves on becoming an archaeologist, and he was making moves on becoming this star football player. Man, look here. This was his last year. He was of, I'm talking about, all the way around 5-star, get down, 5-star out of high school, college All American. You know what I'm saying? He was a running back. And he couldn't be stopped. Man, the boy was bad. The boy was bad. Um, in Deshawn's senior year, his mother got sick and she passed away. When she was on her deathbed, she held Deshawn's hand at the hospital, and she told Deshawn, she said, "Baby, please, whatever you do, make it work with you and Lyric. Don't ever leave that girl. I'm telling you, she's your future. That's who you need to be with. That's where you need to be." So Deshawn was like, "Okay, Mama," she said, "Promise me." He said, "Mama, I promise you." But now the only thing is, he was wondering, where was this coming from? Because him and Lyric were on good terms. They didn't see no rocky paths ahead of them. But now, lo and behold to them, Deshawn's mom could look through muddy water and tell you what type of fish at the bottom of the lake. And she seen into their future. She knew something that was going to befall them that they didn't know. But she couldn't say nothing to them, or she just chose not to say anything to them about it. His mom ended up passing away. It hurt him bad. But Lyric had his back every step of the way. She got him through it, worked him through it, and near close to graduating, she had got an offer. She had got an offer from some people to come go help excavate a new dig, a new find that they found in Egypt. Now, she didn't know if she was gonna leave at first, but now when she checked into it a little bit more, it seemed to come to find out that they had been excavating and found a new pyramid that was buried under the sand. A whole big pyramid that was buried under the sand. When they found it, they started excavating it, and to the point to where they found an opening. And the college and the archaeologists and the scientists in the foundation, they were not this foundation, the science foundation. But anyway, they were making headway into this pyramid. They had uncovered different rooms, and they uncovered all type of stuff, and they gave her the opportunity to come on the dig with them. But now coming on the dig meant she would be away from Deshawn for many, many months, many months, maybe even years. And that was a problem. So she told Deshawn one night about it. And Deshawn was like, he was indecisive. He wanted her to follow her dreams, and because he wanted to follow his dreams. And Deshawn was getting ready to graduate. He was going to be a first-round draft pick. Matter of fact, he probably was going to be in the top. He was going to be in the top 10. He was going to make money soon as he stepped on the floor. He was finna make millions. Deshawn, he couldn't hide it no more. He wanted her to be happy, but he wanted her with him. So they start arguing. They start going back and forth. They start arguing. So what they decided was, okay, we're gonna give it 1 year. 1 year. They believed that their love was strong enough to stand the test of time. And they were gonna give it 1 year. She was gonna go over to Egypt on this dig, and he was gonna go on and go to the NFL and play ball for a season. And after that first year, they were gonna come back together, and they was gonna evaluate or reevaluate what they had going on and what was the next step. They both agreed on it. Okay, cool. She ended up graduating. He ended up graduating. He ended up going to the combine, and he got drafted. He got drafted first round pick to the Chicago Bears. He was the number 3 overall pick and went to the Chicago Bears. She ended up flying over to Egypt and going on the dig. Now, while she was in the dig, man, she was finding all type of exotic stuff and just new wonders of the world. She would always write him, and he would always write her. He was doing good in his career, man. By mid-season, he was on a straightaway path to earning the rookie of the year honors And he was leading everybody in yards, and he was doing good. He was doing good. You know what I'm saying? He was destined for greatness. Um, she was doing her thing. About 8 months went by. Like I say, it was by this time it was the middle of the season. He hadn't been receiving any mail from her, and he was wondering. He would call. He could never get through to nobody, and he was, he was getting worried. One day he received a letter. One day he received a letter from the Science Foundation telling him that they were sorry. They were sorry to inform him, but Lyric had been killed in a cave-in the new pyramid that they had found. And that, you know what I'm saying, they just saw it, they were sad about it, and they let him know. And he was tore up, man. He was hurt. He was upset about it. Man, he didn't know what to do. The love of his life was gone. It was about 8 more games left in the season. His gameplay started getting real bad. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't right in the head, man. Deshawn was messed up. He was messed up, man. But he started having dreams. Deshawn started having dreams. And he would always see Lyric in his dreams. And it's like she was beckoning to him like, come, come. And he would wake up in a cold sweat. And the dreams were starting to come more and more and more. And to the point to where he was almost already, able to talk to her in his dreams. And he was like, am I going crazy, man? What is this? What's going wrong? What's up with this? And so, you know what I'm saying, one of the dreams, when he was going through it, he just spoke to her like, Lyric, where are you? Where are you? You died. Are you? What's up? And she was like, and she answered, she says, I'm not dead. She said, I need you. I want you with me. I need you. I want you with me. He come up out of sleep. He was tripping now. He was showing up tripping. He started telling people that he knew about the situation, and he just didn't know what to do. He finally told his auntie. His old auntie was one of the wisest people that he knew. And he finally brought himself to tell his auntie what was going on. And his auntie looked at him. His auntie was from New Orleans. She was Geechee. Had all the herbal medicines and remedies, and you know what I'm saying? She was down by law with it. She was down by law with it. So when Deshawn told his auntie about what was going on, she looked at him. She said, how long has this been happening? She said, about for the last month. And she asked him, she said, are the emanations getting stronger, or is it the same complete dream? He said, no, it's getting stronger, auntie. It's getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? He said, last night, I had a conversation with her. So I was like, you had a conversation? Like, I spoke with her. So his auntie asked him, well, what did she say? She said she wanted me to be with her. I thought she was dead. She told me she's not dead. And she want me to be with her. His auntie looked at him. So he said, auntie, am I going crazy? What's up with this? What's going on? She's gone. Why am I still having visions and dreams of her? And she beckoning me to come be with her. His auntie she said, look, I'm going to do something. I want you to meet somebody. I said, okay. She said, I want you to come to the house tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. She said, keep an open mind. She said, well, so he asked, auntie, what's going on? What's up? Just come to the house. I want you to meet somebody. So here it is. The next day, Deshawn went to his auntie's house, and there was a man there. And he looked at the man. And so his auntie introduced him to him. Said it was one of her old friends from New Orleans. So he was like, okay. So she told Deshawn, tell him everything that you've told me. So Deshawn was kind of Lyric skeptical because he's looking at this dude. He got on a long dashiki, but it looked like he got a bunch of chicken bones around his neck, funny bunny earrings, and He got them big old giant loop things in his ears, and you know what I'm saying? He had a small like little bone that was going through his nose. And Deshawn was like, man, this dude here, fresh out of comic book. Oh, if he only knew. So anyway, Deshawn went on and bit the bullet, and he told the man everything that was going on. The man just sit there and listened to him. And so at the end of Deshawn talking to him about what had happened and what was going on, he said, look, do you believe? Deshawn said, do I believe? What do you mean? Believe in what? He said, do you believe in the powers that be? Deshawn like, man, what you talking about? What powers that be? He said, man, I believe in Jesus Christ. Is that what you're talking about? And the man said, no. The man told Deshawn that if he believed that there was other things that went bump in the night and that was afoot, that he believed that he could see his long lost love again. So Deshawn was like, what? Are you serious? He told him, yeah. So he asked Deshawn, he said, are you willing to do any and everything that I ask you to be with her? So Deshawn like, wait a minute, hold up, man. She's passed away. She's gone. First off, she went all the way to Egypt. She's not here no more. She passed away. So the man asked him, well, why you keep seeing her? He said, man, that's probably my subconscious, man, making me. The man told him, no. No. He told him, he said, Lyric is alive. So Deshawn looked at his auntie, looked at him, looked at his auntie, looked back at him. He like, man, auntie, man, who is this? What circus you found him at? So the man started laughing. Oh, ye of little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. So Deshawn's auntie told him, baby, just listen to him. Have faith. He can help you. So the man asked him again. He asked him, would you want to be with her? Do you want to go to her? She's not dead. So Deshawn said, man, look, I'm going to humor you. He said, yeah. Yeah, I want to be with her. I want to go to her. So the man asked him, he said, would you give up everything to be with her? He like, everything is what, man? What you mean? He said, would you give up your houses, your cars, all your wealth and riches, all your worldly possessions? Would you be willing to let it go to be with the love of your life? Deshawn thought about it. Now, of course, in the back of his mind, he figured, man, this dude tripping. He don't really know what he's talking about anyway. But he told him, he said, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. He said, yeah, I would give up everything to be with the love of my life. He said, okay. He said, I'm going to help you. So he told Deshawn to come into the back room. The back room was already set up. It was a table. The back room was totally empty except for one table sitting in the middle of the floor with two chairs. On the table was all type of pentagrams and crystals and all type of stuff. It was one little bitty small bowl, little bitty black bowl with a little small top on it. So the man told Deshawn, have a seat. Deshawn sat down. The man sat down on the other side. And he told Deshawn, give me your hand. Deshawn gave him his hands. And as soon as the man touched his hand, Deshawn felt a shock of electricity go up his back. He's like, whoa, what is this? So he looked, and the man said, close your eyes. When Deshawn closed his eyes, the man started speaking in a language that Deshawn had never heard. He started speaking in a language Deshawn had never heard. After about 15 minutes of doing this, he pulled his hands loose from Deshawn. Deshawn opened his eyes. The man stood up, and Deshawn was looking at him, and he pulled a little clear see-through vial out of his pocket. and he took the top off and he turned it up like this here, where a little bit of the grayish liquid could get on his fingers. And he leaned across the table and he touched Deshawn on his forehead. So Deshawn like, man, what is this? The man told him, shh. He sat back down and he reached in the middle of the table and he got the little small bowl that was in there. He took the top off of it, set it down. He took the bowl and poured a pinkish powder into his hand. He set it down and put the top back on it. He took the powder and he sucked it into his body. It was gone. Deshawn looking at him like, what? He put his hand back and opened his hand. All the powder was back in his hand. So now at this time, Deshawn showing up tripping. He went to say something. The man told him, shh. He leaned across the table and opened his hand. He blew all the powder in Deshawn's face. Deshawn like, gagged for a little bit. Then everything went dark. Everything went dark. When Deshawn woke up, he was at home in his bed. He was at home in his own bed. He was tripping on, man, was this a dream? But you know what I'm saying? He kept trying to call his auntie, could never reach her. He had a game the next day. He stayed in bed. He felt funny all that day. He stayed in bed. He stayed in bed. The next day he went to the game. He was feeling refreshed, feeling ready, feeling better than he had felt in weeks, in months. He's feeling good. So the coach looked at him and seen the difference on him. He said, you ready? He said, I'm ready, coach. I'm ready. They went out there and they started playing. They was playing ball. Man, the Bears was beating the Green Bay Packers to sleep. Deshawn was running all over the field. The game was almost over. The game was out of hand. They were beating Green Bay 53-18. So the game was pretty much all over. But now Green Bay started playing dirty. So on this one play, Deshawn ran the ball. He's going up the middle. They hit him. Boom. When they hit him, he went down. And they dogpiled on him. I'm talking about, man, so many of the Green Bay Packers dogpiled on him. You couldn't see him. So anyway, a lot of people thought he fumbled the ball. So when the referees come in, they start pulling people away. When they got to the bottom of the pile, wasn't none down there but the ball. People looking around like, man, where the running back at? What happened to the running back? The coaches just ran out on the field. The other team, they looking, man, on the big jumbotron. Deshawn was gone. When he got hit so hard, when he went to the bottom of the pile, he blacked out. But now they looking for Deshawn. Ain't nothing down there but the ball. But the ball. But now one dude standing to the side, he holding, when he got up with something. Now people see him and see what he got up with. He got Deshawn's helmet in one hand, and he got Deshawn's football clothes in the other hand. So everybody like, man, what is that? He like, man, this is Deshawn's. They like, how you get it? Where is he at? The world was tripping. But now, when Deshawn opened his eyes, he was in a wooded area, butt naked. But he felt so much peace and so much happiness. He felt so much peace and so much happiness. He didn't know where he was. He's looking around tripping. But now the bushes parted and Lyric stepped through the bushes. She didn't have on no clothes. But it just felt like it was right. It felt like it was supposed to be this way. And she walked over to him. She hugged him and grabbed him and kissed him. He kissed her. He was so happy. He asked her, man, where are we? She told him we where we supposed to be. We where we can be together and don't have to worry about nothing else ever again. She said, are you with me? Are you happy? He looked at her and he said, yeah, we where we supposed to be. I'm happy. Peace.